order the City Officer Electoral Board of the City of Alton for January 14, 2013. Call roll, please.
Fleming.
Here.
Bright.
Here.
Bowles. 3 present, no absent.
We are now convened. Today, we will hear objections to the nomination papers for the Mayor of the City of Alton to be voted on by the electors of the city. Mr. Donald Groshong has filed objections to the nominating petitions of Brant Walker as candidate for the election of the office of Mayor of the City of Alton, Illinois, to be voted on the April 9, 2013 election. Mr. Brant Walker filed a nominating petition as a candidate for election to the office of Mayor of Alton, Illinois on December 17, 2013. Mr. Groshong recited Illinois State Statute G65 ILFCS 5/3.1-5-5B that provides as follows. B, a person is not eligible for an elective office, municipal office, if that person is in arrears in the payment of a tax or other indebtedness due to the municipality. That the City of Alton, Illinois has enforced an ordinance being 5-2-8 that provides the following regarding refuse charges. The owner of the dwelling unit, the occupant thereof, and the use of the services are furnished to the dwelling unit by the city only on the condition that the owner of the dwelling unit, occupant thereof, and user of the refuse service are jointly and severally liable. That the City of Alton, Illinois has enforced an ordinance being 6-10-4-5 that provides the following regarding sewer services. The owner of any lot, parcel of land, or premises, and the occupant thereof, and the user of the sewage service shall be jointly and severally liable to pay for such service on said premises. And the services are to be furnished to the said premises by the city only upon the condition that the owner of the premises, occupant, or user of the service are jointly and severally liable, therefore, to the city. Mr. Groshong has listed 5 objections as to Mr. Brant Walker's eligibility for municipal office. He is not qualified to have his name appear on the ballot as candidate for the office of mayor to be voted on at the April 9, 2013 election. Mr. Brant Walker was in arrears in the payment of indebtedness due to the municipality as it closed the business December 17, 2012, and that the name of Brant Walker should not appear and be printed on the ballot for election to the office of mayor of the City of Alton, Illinois, to be voted on a municipal election to be held April 9, 2013. We will hear from Mr. Groshong or his attorney, Mr. Booker Emmons of Emmons Law Office. We will then hear from Mr. Brant Walker or his attorneys as to the objection to his eligibility to remain on the ballot for the office of mayor for the April 9, 2013 election. Mr. Walker, our attorney, will defend the objection in the 5 counts listed by Mr. Groshong. Now, with that being said, I turn to Mr. James Shrimp, our attorney for the Electoral Board of the City of Alton, who will now go over procedures and rules for this hearing. Mr. Shrimp.
Thank you. My name is Jim Shrimp, and I am the Corporation Counselor for the City of Alton. I have served in that capacity for most of the past 35 years. During that experience, I have served as attorney to various electoral boards from time to time. An electoral board is unique as a public body in that it does not exist until such time as it is needed. The electoral board of the City of Alton comes into being only after there are properly filed objections to the nominating papers of a candidate for a city election. The statutes of the state of Illinois dictate the formation of an electoral board of the City of Alton, as well as many of the rules governing the operation of the electoral board. By state law, an electoral board of the City of Alton is composed of 3 members: the mayor, who serves as chairman, the city clerk, and the longest-serving alderman. In the case before us with regard to the nominating papers of Brant Walker, because Mr. Walker desires to be a candidate for the office of mayor and the present mayor, Tom Hakes, is also a candidate for that office at the election to be held April 9, 2013, the current mayor is recused by law from service on the electoral board. Under the provisions of state law, the second most senior alderman replaces the mayor. As it turns out, Charlie Brake of the 5th Ward and Gary Fleming of the 6th Ward are tied as the longest-serving alderman on the City Council. Again, according to state law, the city clerk then selects by lot which of the 2 longest-serving aldermen shall be deemed to replace the mayor. The city clerk decided that question by the flip of a coin. Gary Fleming is deemed to be the alderman replacing the mayor, and therefore he serves as chairman of the electoral board. As chairman, Mr. Fleming has already spoken on the record initiating this hearing. For the record, we also have present and serving as a member of the electoral board, Mary Bowles, our current city clerk. We also have present Mr. Charlie Brake, serving as a member of the electoral board as the longest-serving alderman on the city council. As a public body, it is necessary that someone shall be responsible to keep the minutes of our meetings, assure adequate posting of notice of our meetings, and to keep safe all original documents pertaining to the business before the board. We are fortunate to have our current city clerk, Mary Bowles, as a member of the board, and with her consent, I now ask for a motion to approve Mary Bowles as secretary to this electoral board. Gentlemen?
I so moved. Second.
And a roll call vote, please.
Fleming.
Aye.
Brake. Bowles. Aye.
As attorney for the electoral board, I will be offering various rulings on motions or objections that may arise from time to time. In doing so, my rulings shall be deemed to be the rulings of the board. Should any member of the board disagree with any of my rulings or statements I may make, please speak up immediately. Likewise, if any member of the board should have any question of me at any time, please speak up immediately. If no member speaks up, my rulings or statements shall be deemed to be the rulings or statements of the board as a whole. The board may at any time overrule my rulings or statements by majority vote. I will not rule on the credibility of evidence admitted or findings of fact. If that procedure is acceptable, I ask for a motion to approve that procedure as I just outlined it as accepted by the board.
Move for the adoption of the procedure as stated. Second.
And a roll call vote, please.
Fleming.
Aye.
Brake.
Aye.
And Bowles. Aye. 3 ayes, no absent.
We also have present Attorney Cliff Emmons representing the objector, Donald Groshong. Also present is Mr. Brant Walker with his attorney, Megan Williams. Mr. Emmons, would you state for the record your name and your business address?
Cliff Emmons. My office is located at 112 West Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Ms. Williams, will you please state for the record your name and business address?
My name is Megan Williams. My business address is 1232 Washington Avenue, Suite 220, St. Louis, Missouri 63103.
Mr. Fleming, I note that Mr. Groshong does not appear to be present. Is that correct?
I do not see him in the audience.
And actually, I intended to address that to you, Mr. Emmons. He is not correct. He's not present. Is that correct?
No, he is not present.
Ms. Williams, Mr. Walker does appear to be present, and if you do not object, I will ask Mr. Walker to state his name and address for the record.
I have no objection to that.
My name is Brant Walker. I live at 1304 State Street, Alton, Illinois.
The chairman, Mr. Fleming, issued a call giving notice of this hearing today. With that call, Mr. Fleming also included a proposed agenda and the proposed rules for the consideration of the electoral board concerning this hearing. Mr. Emmons, did you receive a copy of the call, the proposed agenda, and the proposed rules?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any objection as to the form of the call, the proposed agenda, or the proposed rules you received?
No, I do not.
Ms. Williams, did you receive a copy of the call, the proposed agenda, and the proposed rules?
Yes.
Do you have any objections to the form of the call, the proposed agenda, or the proposed rules you received?
No, I do not.
Mr. Emmons, do you have any objections or questions with regard to the composition of the electoral board in this case? That is, the qualifications of the members of the electoral board as they have been identified.
No, I do not.
Ms. Williams, do you have any objections or questions with regard to the composition of the electoral board in this case? That is, the qualifications of the members of the electoral board as they have been identified.
No, I do not.
Mr. Emmons, do you have any objection to the manner of the notice or the timeliness of the call or notice of this hearing?
No, I do not.
Ms. Williams, do you have any objection to the manner of the notice or the timeliness of the notice or call with regard to this meeting and the hearing today?
No, I do not.
Mr. Emmons, have you had a chance to review the proposed rules for the consideration of the electoral board in this matter?
Yes.
Do you have any objections or questions with regard to those proposed rules?
No, I do not.
Ms. Williams, have you had a chance to review the proposed rules for the consideration of the electoral board in this matter?
Yes, I have.
And do you have any objection or questions with regard to those proposed rules?
No.
If the members of the electoral board have had an opportunity to review the proposed rules that have been circulated with the call of this meeting, and if there are no further questions of any members of the electoral board concerning those rules, a motion to adopt the proposed rules as the municipal officers electoral board rules for the city of Alton with regard to this matter will now be in order.
I move that the rule be approved.
Second.
And a roll call vote, please.
Fleming.
Aye.
Brake.
Aye.
Bowles. 3 ayes, no nays, no absent.
If there are no objections, we will mark the municipal officers electoral board rules for the city of Alton as Exhibit 1, and it will be made part of the record. Any objections, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Ms. Williams?
No.
So ordered. I believe we can reach an agreement concerning the parties to admit into the record several documents. By admitting these documents into the record, I am not suggesting that the facts alleged in those documents are being admitted or that the exhibits attached to the documents are true or genuine. Only that the documents marked as exhibit and admitted as exhibits and admitted into the record are accurate copies of the documents presented by the respective parties to this cause. Is that agreed, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
We have had the original nominating papers as submitted by candidate Brant T. Walker copied, and copies are available for the inspection by Mr. Emmons and Ms. Williams on behalf of their respective clients, as well as by members of this electoral board. If there are no objections, an accurate photocopy of the nominating papers will be marked as Exhibit 2 and be made part of the record. Are there any objections? Mr. Emmons?
No objection.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Exhibit 2 is therefore admitted into the record. May I also have a stipulation from the respective parties that the nominating papers of Brant T. Walker were filed with the city clerk of the city of Alton on December 17, 2012. Mr. Emmons, will you
Yes.
so stipulate?
Yes.
Ms. Williams, will you so stipulate?
Yes.
Likewise, I have caused the original of the verified objector's petition, together with an entry of appearance by Attorney Cliff Emmons on behalf of Don Groshong, to be copied, and copies have been distributed to the respective parties and to members of the electoral board. If there are no objections, we will admit into the record the photocopy of the verified objector's petition marked Exhibit 3. Any objection, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Any objection, Ms. Williams?
No.
Without objection, Exhibit 3 is admitted into the record. I will also ask for a stipulation that the verified objector's petition was filed with the office of the city clerk of the city of Alton on January 3, 2013, as indicated on the first page of the petition. Mr. Emmons, will you so stipulate?
Yes.
Ms. Williams, will you so stipulate?
Yes.
We received on Friday, January 11, 2013 at 2:56 p.m. 2 documents from Ms. Williams to be filed in this matter for the consideration of the board. One is entitled, Brant T. Walker's Motion to Dismiss Donald Groshong's Verified Objector's Petition. If there are no objections, we will admit into the record a copy of that document consisting of 10 pages marked as Exhibit 4. Any objections, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Ms. Williams, any objections?
No.
Without objections, Exhibit number 4 is admitted into the record. The other document proposed to be filed by Ms. Williams on behalf of Brant T. Walker is labeled as Brant T. Walker's Verified Answer and Response to Objector Donald Groshong's Verified Objector's Petition. If there are no objections, we will admit a copy of that document consisting of 19 pages as Exhibit 5. Any objections, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Any objections, Ms. Williams?
No.
Without objections, Exhibit number 5 is admitted into the record. In the future, I would ask the parties to refrain from any direct communications to members of the electoral board outside of the hearing. If either party desires to file any other documents, please file them only with Mary Bowles as our secretary and with a copy to the opposing party and to me. Neither party should have any form of communication with any member of the board on any issues relating to this matter outside of the actual hearing. Is that agreeable, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Are there any procedural or jurisdictional objections to this electoral board proceeding at this time with the hearing on the verified objector's petition admitted as Exhibit 3 to the nominating papers admitted as Exhibit 2? Mr. Emmons?
No.
Ms. Williams?
No.
On Friday, January 11th, 2013, I met with both of the respective attorneys in Alton City Hall to afford both parties an opportunity to review records contained in Alton City Hall that may be related to the issues before this board. As attorney for the city, I advise all city personnel identified by either party to truthfully answer any relevant questions they may desire to present, and to share copies of any relevant city records requested by either attorney. I believe that process went well, but I also believe the respective attorneys desire to conduct further discovery on the issues raised in this cause. Is that correct, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
I believe the respective parties desire to examine the records of Illinois American Water Company related to certain billings called into question by the objector's petition, because Illinois American Water Company was acting as the billing and collecting agent for the City of Alton for sewer and trash or refuse fees during at least some of the relevant times related to the objector's petitions. Is that correct, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
With that in mind, I believe the respective attorneys stipulate and request the chairman to issue a subpoena directed to Illinois American Water Company to permit the attorneys to jointly review the records of Illinois American Water Company related to the issues raised by the objector's petition or by the response of Mr. Walker. Is that correct, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Do you have a proposed subpoena ready for consideration? Please present it at this time, and I believe you have handed out what you have labeled as a joint motion for issuance of records subpoena.
That's correct.
And that is the one directed to Illinois American Water?
Correct.
And it is your request that this be issued by the chairman of this electoral board, and that request is from both parties. Is that correct, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Okay. And you also have a form of a subpoena ducis tecum that has been prepared for the chairman's signature. I'm going to ask that the joint motion for issuance of a records subpoena received this date will be marked as exhibit number 6 and placed into the record. Any objection, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Any objection, Ms. Williams? The subpoena ducis tecum, I will recommend to the chairman that he please sign that document at this time. The chairman of an electoral board does have subpoena authority granted by the state statutes. Should Illinois American Water fail to honor this subpoena, the electoral board, probably jointly with the attorneys in this case, would seek relief from the circuit court to enforce the subpoena. We anticipate there should not be that problem with Illinois American Water, and I will say that immediately following this hearing, I will meet again with the attorneys and representatives of the city who may be helpful in directing us to the proper persons at Illinois American Water to try to get the information you seek. Mr. Fleming has signed the subpoena ducis tecum. It appears to have signature spaces available for Clifford Emmons and Megan Williams. We'll fix a typo there. She's not Megan Walker. Happens to me all the time. But we'll fix that, and with that, we will ask that that be marked as exhibit number 7, and a copy of it be marked as Exhibit 7 and placed in the record. Any objection, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Ms. Williams?
As long as my name is corrected, no, there's no objection.
We'll leave that to you.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams, you also presented this morning an amended request for issuance of a records subpoena. This one is directed to Stephanie Elliott. Is that correct?
It is.
And this consists of the 3 pages. You did not have a proposed.
Correct. If the board would like me to prepare a proposed use of coverage, I'm more than happy to do so.
Well, first, let's deal with the amended request for issuance of a record subpoena. Again, as you can tell, I'm trying to keep a very complete record. I will ask that this document, which we received today, it is file stamped January 14, 2013. There's an initial CS at 9:15 a.m. I'll ask that that be marked as exhibit number 8 and made part of the record. Any objection, Mr. Emmons?
No.
Ms. Williams?
No objection.
That will be made part of the record. If I did not so say, so will exhibit 6 and 7. I will talk a bit about this. Again, I don't want to take a position of advising either attorney as to any process here. This amended request for issuance of a record subpoena identifies what you're looking for. It is all from the files of city officials, perhaps not Ms. Elliott, but other city officials within City Hall. If you wish to prepare a more detailed actual subpoena to go with it, please do so. I think if you will submit that to me, I will immediately transmit it to Mr. Fleming. However, I would encourage you to go ahead with this document as it is, meet with the city officials, and I don't think you will find the need for anything further. I will certainly encourage them. Mrs. Roth is here today. The keeper of the records pertaining to open meetings, Freedom of Information request is Mr. Matt Osselmeyer. I will encourage Mrs. Roth and Mr. Osselmeyer to cooperate fully with this, and I believe they will do so. Mrs. Elliott is off today. Her husband is having some rather serious surgery. Hopefully she will return tomorrow. But I will encourage the members of her office to also cooperate with this. If you find it necessary to go forward with a more specific order, if you will get that to me, I will immediately contact Mr. Fleming and encourage him to also sign that order. Acceptable?
Acceptable. Thank you.
In order to permit the attorneys to pursue the information they seek to discover or to confirm the information they seek, I believe the attorneys are now jointly requesting that this hearing be continued for a short time. Is that correct, Mr. Emmons?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Williams?
It is. I also had submitted 2 witness subpoena requests to the board for a witness subpoena for Cynthia Roth and for Ms. Stephanie Elliott for whenever this is continued.
I think, I'm trying to recall, you did submit that last week,
Yes.
and my initial reaction to that, Ms. Williams, is that until the board begins to meet, it really is not a board. Again, I don't mean to suggest to you how to try your case. I will advise you that Mrs. Roth and Mrs. Elliott will be made available for the purpose of testifying in the course of this hearing. As city attorney, I can assure you they will be made available. In terms of the documents that you might have also sought with that subpoena or request you served last week, again, I encourage you to try to seek those documents through the city offices, which we will encourage that those documents be made available to you as we would with any member of the public. They are public documents. They will all be made available to you. I would encourage you, if you run into a problem, let's readdress that issue. And at this time, what you filed last week, I would be inclined to say let's not bring that into the record at this time. If you need something more specific, we will certainly address it. Is that satisfactory?
Are you sitting here today telling me that Cindy Roth and Stephanie Elliott will absolutely be available to testify at this hearing when it is continued on that date?
Assuming they are at work and healthy and, available, yes. Cindy Roth is a city official. If you need anything in the nature of a subpoena to appear, we would certainly issue one promptly. Mrs. Roth is present today. Mrs. Roth, do you have any plans for the next week or so that takes you away from work? Your answer is?
No.
Okay. As I said, Mrs. Elliott, her husband is having some serious surgery today. Exactly how that will play out, I can't guarantee you. Certainly, we all hope and pray that her surgery goes well today, and I assume she would be returned to work no later than next week. And I believe that's when we're looking at for a continuance in any event. But should you need a subpoena, we will issue a subpoena. I'm telling you, I don't think you'll need one.
Okay. Is there an assurance that the subpoena will be issued upon request or that we have a continuance?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
For their presence, yes, ma'am. All right.
Just for the record, I don't have an objection to the issuance of those two subpoenas.
Right. We have discussed, the attorneys and I, a continuance of this matter to next Monday at 10 a.m. Just this morning, in the course of this hearing, I've been advised that that is actually Martin Luther King's birthday, a recognized holiday in the city of Alton. With that, I don't know if you all have your schedules with you. Would Tuesday at 10 a.m. meet with your approval?
That's fine with me.
Tuesday the 22nd is fine with us as well.
Very good. Do either of you, Mr. Emmons or Ms. Williams, have any further issues or preliminary motions, questions, or requests that we could take up at this time?
I do not.
Ms. Williams?
The only motion is our motion to dismiss. I don't know if the board would choose to take that with the case when it's continued to next Tuesday, which is fine with us.
All right. We will take that up in the course of the hearing as this continues. If at any time you wish to move it along or request a ruling, please do so. But it is definitely on record and will be addressed in the course of the hearing. Okay?
Thank you.
Very well. At this time, at the request of the parties, I ask for a motion to continue this hearing until Tuesday, January 22nd, 2013 at 10 a.m. to reconvene at that time here in the City Council chambers.
I move for the continuance.
Second. Roll call, please.
Fleming.
Right?
Wright. Folds. 3 ayes, no nays, no absent.
I again encourage the attorneys to work together to reach an agreement if possible as to the facts they may stipulate to following their joint investigation of the matters relevant to this cause. It is important that we proceed expeditiously toward a conclusion of the responsibilities of this electoral board. I will make myself available should the attorneys have any questions or if they wish to confer with me prior to next Tuesday. I will give both attorneys my cell number as well as my usual office contacts. On behalf of the electoral board, I want to thank everyone for his or her cooperation. And at this time, we stand adjourned until January 22nd, 2013 at 10 a.m. Thank you all.